This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by Glory Kickboxing. Save 10% off tickets for Glory Chicago 27 with code G27MMA Nuts. Tire Buyer. Save 7% off 400 plus with code MMA7 at tirebuyer.com. Ticket Network. Save 5% off 100 plus with code MMA Nuts 16 at ticketnetwork.com. Save 20% off with code MMA Nuts at protectabed.com. DefenseSoap.com. Serious soap for serious athletes. Save 15% off with code MMA Nuts. Hey fans, it's MMA Nuts, episode 278.
278!
My name is Ingo Weigold.
Macro, the MMA show. By my fans, for my fans, we're walking the line between serious and ridiculous. Tapping in.
Super Bowl's going down right now.
It went down.
It did.
People won. People lost.
Yeah, apparently. Should we give it away? I don't know. Is it a spoiler alert?
It's a
spoiler alert.
Fucking day after the biggest
Panthers
game in the world.
did not win. No,
Cam Newton was afraid to go after a fumble. I saw that.
Oh, really?
Someone knocked the ball out of his hand, and then he was like looking at it going, I could probably get that ball, but I guess I'll get that ball. Probably cost them the game. Just saying.
Yeah, well, you know, times have changed for me. I'm sitting there getting ready to come over tonight, and I'm like on my phone fucking around. I'm reading like Coldplay sucks. Like, oh, this commercial's really going to make me crazy. And I go, fuck, I'm like the Super Bowl. And you know, and I go, what the hell happened? So I was hanging out with the kids all afternoon. We were goofing around, playing and stuff, and then like it led all the way to bedtime. We were doing crazy shit around the house, and then I forgot. And I'm going, that's weird. That would have never happened like years ago. Hell no, right?
What's going on? You better lay off the drugs.
Is that what it is? Too many drugs?
Yeah.
I'm a happy guy, Matt.
Shrooming out over here.
Oh, I love everybody. No, it was good times. So I had my little 3-year-old running around with like one of those Minecraft sword things. We were chasing our almost 7-year-old around. And she's trying to beat him up because he's a creeper.
Nice.
Die,
creeper, die.
She wasn't taking it easy on him either. She's like, whack! And he's kind of like, oh. He's looking at me like, Dad. I'm like, dude, you don't play this game, man.
Put a helmet on.
Yeah. She's got it.
It'll all work out.
I think they know. So like I think the girls are worse. They're more physical, right? They just.
Maybe. I don't know.
No? Boys are more physical?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I guess it depends.
It's all good.
Yeah. What else is going down? Matt's on like he's flowing. I can feel him. He's channeling this energy.
I thought we went to your wife's birthday yesterday.
Yes.
It was fun. I like harassing her.
Wives, plural.
He has multiples.
I have like 6.
I like harassing her. It was a lot of fun.
Well, she's a little shy, and she doesn't like to make herself a big deal, and so sometimes I have to do it for her on purpose, and I know it's uncomfortable for her, but whatever. The magic thing, that was funny.
There was magic being done.
There was a magic
You needed
magician.
assistance, and every time you'd call for an assistant, I'd be yelling her name. Come on, you, go!
She wasn't doing it.
I finally got a chant going.
Yeah.
Got up there. It was very good. I will have T-shirts made and printed.
Love it.
Sure she'll.
Sweet.
All right, told her. I said, Christmas is right around the corner.
It is. This guy prepares ahead.
Expect it.
That was funny. Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah.
That you got the You Are My Headache, exactly. And that conversation happened in like June or July. I fucking wrote that shit down. Like,
and I'm like,
mental
I'm
notes.
done.
He's got lists.
I do.
About lists. They're like deep. How many tabs deep is it? Like, is there like
maybe?
How do you find anything?
Yeah, who was that was saying they had like some crazy list? Someone I wanted.
The guy who wrote that book that you read, the director guy.
Oh yeah, is that Richard Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Yeah. List upon list.
Lists are dangerous. I was telling you, I'm using this thing called Wunderlist to like get shit done because I feel like a lot of days I'm just basically like things come at me and I just swing at them, you know, instead of like being on top of it. So it's kind of started to get me in the right direction. But dude, that's dangerous. You start making lots of lists and you kind of, does anything ever get done when you make all these lists?
I don't know. I've gone old school now. I just go to Post-it notes on the desk and I'm writing all this shit down that I need to do and then I have them all in front of me so I can just like
clicking them all.
Yep.
Okay. It's cleansing, right? You pick something up and you physically. I've done this now.
Cross it off, throw it away. Burn it like a witch.
Yes. All right, so let's get into something. Do you want to do news first, recap first?
Let's do recap. What was this? UFC Fight Night something?
Las Vegas.
Not UFC 196 recap?
No.
Would we see, let's CM Punk finds out he's going to fight Mickey Gall. He comes into the octagon. I think it's his first fight in the UFC. I think he had one other pro fight, something like that.
Yeah,
and
his
then
rating is like 80, is better than BJ Penn in the UFC game.
I have a theory about that later. But,
okay.
He has a picture next to this guy, like they're squared off. CM Punk's in the suit. The other guy just won. They're both in the octagon, and CM Punk's got this look in his face like, oh, shit just got real, man.
I have to fight?
I have to fight somebody now, and I still don't think he's going to fight.
No?
I'm going to stand by my original prediction. I think it's all smoke and mirrors. Maybe, fuck it. I don't know if I want to talk about it, but fuck it, I'll say it right now. I think this whole CM Punk thing is just a ploy by the UFC to sell EA UFC video game. You put him in a video game, so you can get the WWE person to buy said video game. Then you do something like you were saying, make his grappling higher than a legend that has a black belt in BJ Penn, just to create some controversy. And then, you sell more games. That's a theory.
Just pretty intelligent. This is a good angle. I find it hard to think of other reason.
Seriously, like, why else is this fucker in? He has no skills coming in. No, it wasn't like Brock Lesnar where he had a wrestling pedigree. He was like a stud wrestler. No striking, no nothing. Fake wrestler.
I love it.
No fights.
I'm picturing like the EA guys, like one guy's watching, all of a sudden, like the room gets bigger and everyone's like watching our show going like, he knows what we're doing. We have to change.
Oh, no! They're onto us.
Fix it. Yes. That's actually, that would be it. I don't know, maybe they're not that smart.
I don't know. I'm trying to rationalize the decision of the CM Punk, and it still makes no fucking sense to me.
Yeah, marketing, advertising.
Right? That's the only way.
Makes a lot of sense, actually.
So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get this heavyweight fight.
There was a heavyweight fight. I wouldn't say it was very entertaining. It was definitely one. I mean, it looked like Rosholt was like afraid to do anything on the feet, and didn't want to take him down. So
and Roy is trying to counter left hook him the whole time,
spamming. Roy is just like he always looks like he's throwing that like I'm about to blow up kind of exhausted punch every time. Here it comes. Yeah, it was boring. I don't know. You got the decision though.
I'll just say this: both of those guys should go fucking kill themselves. Just fucking kill yourself. Yeah. That may be one of the worst fights I've seen. It's up there. Fucking, it hurts me to the core to say this about heavyweights.
Yes.
Like you can't be a co-main event, and that's the kind of quality that you're gonna give me. Go fuck off, both of you. It takes two people to have a shit fight like that.
Yeah.
Both of them. I don't want to engage.
It's weird. No wrestling was used. It was confusing.
It was very confusing.
Isn't that his background?
Yeah.
Rosholt, that is?
Yeah. Weird. And then let's just get out of that one. Fuck,
please.
I don't even care who's next for those guys. Whatever. Johny Hendricks, Steven Wonderboy Thompson. I was 100% wrong on this fight. I thought for sure that it was going to be a shitty fight. I had no interest in watching it going in. I figured Hendricks was just going to take him down and kind of lay and pray and stall out. And maybe we should talk about Hendricks' body type, too. Didn't he look like he normally looks? I think he had a easier time making weight this time.
I thought he looked more, like, beforehand he looked more bulky. Like,
yeah.
But then, I don't know, maybe he looked more lean in the fight than I remember. It's weird. And he didn't seem like he had any pop. It was all, like, just kind of, And I remember that guy just being a killer. He'd come out and just railroad people, right away. It's odd, very odd.
I don't know if it's USADA drug testing or what, but
maybe.
It almost seemed like he was fucking sleepwalking through this fight, and I don't know if that is all on Hendricks or is it just because the Wonderboy was just on point.
Dude,
he was on point.
That's some crazy karate and shit. Like what the hell?
And the other thing was, I didn't expect him to be throwing any kicks. I figured for sure, why is he going to throw kicks? Because he's going to fear the takedown.
Nope.
He's like, fuck it. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, you like this, bing, bing, boom,
oh, yeah.
Fuck.
It's like a pinball getting bounced around. And I feel like the old Hendricks would have had some sort of answer for that, but the current Hendricks is confusing me. Like, I don't know does he want to fight? Does he have things going on that are outside of, like, I think his restaurant closed down recently. Maybe he's sad about that.
And this was his first time not being a part of the team takedown, so he's doing his own training camp type thing, but just a really awkward performance for him. And he handled the loss like a champion, congratulating
he did.
Wonderboy and whatnot, but really weird.
Sorry. Stephen Thompson, you're reminding me of like what Machida used to do when he first came on the scene. It's looking real confusing to everybody. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next for him. Do you have an opponent you'd like to see him face?
Well, everyone's calling for a title shot, and I got to say, no.
A little early.
No, he was ranked 8 just because he beats number 2.
Immediately to number 1.
Like, no. And there were some polls online, like, who should get the next title shot? Was it Wonderboy, Condit, or Woodley? And by far, I think it was 75% of people, and there was over 2,000 people voting in this. Wonderboy. Everybody's saying, fuck that. No. He's got to pay some more dues. He cannot go right to the front of the line.
You know how it is. We're like in the moment. So whatever you did right now, like, you're the best ever.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Awesome.
Fuck it. He beat number 2. He's number 2.
Best fight ever.
I can support that.
The greatest knockout in history.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime athlete.
Yes.
You know why? He embraces the grind. God damn it. Embraces the grind.
That's what we need.
Fucking
hell. Yeah, so, I don't know. What about Hendricks? Jeez, I was thinking about him he seems on a collision course for nowhere. Like, where is he going?
I was going to say just go up to 185, but I don't even know if that's a solution for him because
I don't like that.
How
old is he? 32? I'm trying. Johnny.
He's just stuck, and I don't know if he stays at 170. Okay, so here's the champ. He gets handled by someone who's ranked number 8, right? He's had a couple of shots at the title. He held the title. Do you let him go back for it? I don't know. I think he just needs a whole change of scenery. I'm gonna say go up to 185. Fuck it.
Could be.
But that'll go into the talk later of like weight cutting and whatnot.
Yeah. Or get into a real camp. Like a
maybe that's
top
a good
level
point.
camp, right? Might be nice for him. You can go to Colorado. He's just got to go a little further north. So something like this. I don't know. I don't understand. It's such a huge contrast, and I just looked up his age, and he's 32. I don't really think that's that old. Why all of a sudden? I mean, it's just a whole different guy, right?
So, but it's all like pre-fighting GSP, like when he was knocking
the HIV.
Might have. Something rubbed off on him, and it wasn't a good thing, because you think how he would knock people dead. Was it John Fitch, Martin Catman, where he just comes out, boom,
bam,
starched, boom, starched.
Ridiculous power in that left hand, right? What happened to that? It's gone.
It's gone. And now we have this weird...
Replaced by a cheeseburger.
I have something. I don't know where I read that, but it almost seemed like he was more concerned about the weight cut than the fight itself. And maybe that's where his focus is. Maybe he's putting too much into the weight cut. Like, oh my God, I got to fucking make weight, and not thinking about, here's the fight I have to put on and the performance I need to put.
Well, you only got so many resources mentally, right, to focus on. So it might be, if he's not working with a guy, like maybe he's the guy who needs, I mean, shit, I would love that. If I was a fighter for a living, dude, tell me what to eat, when to eat it.
Sure.
Just I want to do this, and I want to be this at this way. I need to be here. Just tell me what to do. That's it. I don't want to think about this. Just lay it out for me. Just, this is what I'm doing, and I'm not going to argue. As long as I'm there when I need to be there, I trust you. I want to focus on training, getting better, working out, resting.
You pay people to take care of like the little bullshit, so you can focus on the fight itself, not this, not that.
So yeah, you might be right. That could be it. It's a lot of response. I mean, he looks great physically.
Yeah,
but he didn't perform
well.
It. No.
You might have the hip. I'm just
Johny Hendricks, GSP.
That's fine. He's coming back. He's coming out of retirement. We're ready to make it happen. I still think Hendricks won that fight.
Me too. It's a game changer, man. Fucking won that shit.
Yeah.
It could have changed his whole life.
It could have.
Unfortunately, it did not.
No. Moving right along. And could you imagine if that was a pay-per-view? Fuck.
Oh, dude. Horrible.
They made the right move. It should not have been a pay-per-view.
Yeah. props to them.
Fucking no one was gonna buy that.
The buy rate is 12.
Yeah, 12,000, 12 million? No,
12.
12. 1, 2.
Yeah, but can you imagine? Your pay-per-view cut of this, it's $3.
No, you actually owe us money, like they would do to the bands back in the day, because we paid all this money to promote you guys, and it didn't draw, so you actually owe us $1.2 million.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Shall we get into some news?
Yeah.
All right. I wanted to talk to you about, since we're on this topic,
Mm-hmm.
in a way.
Yeah.
You had sent me this article, and I read through it about the Athletic Commission.
California.
Yep,
State.
CSAC.
Yep.
Passing emergency weight cutting rules, including bans on dehydration and IVs, on and on. And I'm curious, how do you feel, man?
I like it. They said they're supposed to start about March 1st.
Okay.
And I think the biggest thing, you said the IV ban, they're going to be doing urine tests to detect proper hydration levels. So,
like college.
If you fail the hydration test, you get 2 to 3 hours to get yourself rehydrated properly. If you can't, fucking fight is off.
Wow.
And you have to move up a weight class. They're not going to let you fight in that weight class anymore.
Oh, wow.
So there's some serious repercussions that are going to happen from that. And they're also going to move the weigh-in time from 24 hours to 30 hours prior to the event, and looking to make it 72 hours prior to the event, which would give you more time to rehydrate properly. So I think it's all good. I wish they would take
for like weigh-ins on Wednesday?
Yeah.
Or something?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
I'm all for it. I mean, the problem is, and I think ONE FC is going down the right direction with the weight cutting, and hopefully more athletic commissions are going to do this. Like, basically, and it's a kind of a UFC thing too, and I don't Bellator and all the other guys can kind of do what they want, but you need to make everyone move up a weight class, with the exception of heavyweights. Everyone's fighting in the wrong weight class. Like, look at, I think it was Josh Berkman said he had to cut 18 pounds in 24 hours. You should not be letting a guy do that.
Crazy.
I mean, he ended up, I think, winning that fight, but that's not fucking healthy. You don't let a guy, I got to cut 18 pounds. Oh, okay. You're in the wrong weight class. Everybody is in the wrong weight class.
It's the war of attrition. Who can tolerate pain more?
Right.
You know?
It's so stupid. And because, look at, the fighters are not going to do it themselves. No. So it has to be dictated by either the athletic commissions or the organization, and hopefully a combination of both. Just say, fuck it. Everyone's moving up a weight class, period. And that should help alleviate some of the issues.
Yeah. Well, you have to make the rules such that the guys who are competing on that bleeding edge of competitive, atmosphere kind of don't have a way to game around it. It has to be like, all right, if you want to be right on the line, that's fine, but the line is still safe. Like right now, the line isn't safe. Like 18 pounds in 24 hours.
No.
Oh my God. I would die. Literally.
Yeah, like, what's his hydration level? Test him.
0.
His piss is like blood red.
Oh God.
It's brown. You're shitting piss right now. What?
Yeah.
You can't do that. Not healthy. Not healthy.
It's good. We'll see. Hopefully it does some things. You may end up seeing a shittier product initially, but hopefully over the longevity of the next 5 to 10 years, things improve because guys are more healthy and safer. Right?
Yes. So this is where I wish the UFC spent their money versus the USADA drug testing. Like, this is what's going to kill people. This is what's injuring people.
Yep.
Performance-enhancing drugs are making them better.
Yes. In many ways.
Yeah. It's cheating either way. So why do you focus on the cheating that makes you better?
I don't know.
Anyways.
Speaking of cheating.
Go ahead.
Did you hear that Yoel Romero's B sample supposedly coming back negatory?
It's curious, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, there's a whole thing about that. Maybe he posted on Twitter today saying he seemed like a happy message. Maybe he knows something. But then there's somebody on the webs, on the Reddits, saying something about maybe that's all bullshit. But my question is does it matter? Because look at the guy. Does he pass the smell test?
No fucking Jesus!
Because he's fucking huge. And
yeah, I don't care.
The smell test says, something looks
odd.
Well,
I'm wondering, too, because, the middleweight division is kind of thin, and he was next in line for a title shot. Wondering if they decided, can we give him like a warning? Because basically, him testing positive is a career ender for him. I want to say he's 38 or 39.
It's done.
And I don't know what the first time offense is anymore. It's
2?
fucking 2, 4, whatever. We need that guy back in the UFC. So maybe you say he failed the first test, because he did, and you give him a warning, and that's your warning. And then you have the B sample come back, and that's your wake up to, hey.
Got off scot-free.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I like to theorize certain things, and
yes,
just seems weird. And then we had another one.
That's where these guys are sitting around and they're going, "Fuck! He knows what we're doing again! How can this be
They're
possible?
so on to us. The fucking cocksuckers.
Kill him! We're gonna kill him now."
Yeah, when I wake up dead tomorrow and it's an apparent heart attack, dick in hand.
Oh man!
You know what?
That's why the UFC came.
The eraser's gonna come out and fucking take care of me. I know it. I fear it.
There you go.
I know.
Okay, sorry. What were you saying?
Oh, we should. Tim Means just failed. We're gonna talk about drug tests.
Yeah.
My fucking notes are gonna be all over, but
It's all good.
he failed for something else weird, and he's not even sure why he failed. But with all these drug tests, it's kind of weird too. Because take Yoel Romero for example, they just erase him from the UFC rankings. Oh, allegedly failed the drug test, off the rankings.
Cheater.
Labeled cheater first.
Not even an asterisk or something.
No.
Just like, gone.
Gone.
See you later.
Done.
Yes.
And then if you want to talk about USADA drug tests, here's the drug test watch number for, I think I'm going to do this every week now just to kind of say how many they've done and where we're at.
Like a timer down here.
Yeah, we have 240 tests.
Okay.
176 athletes through February 3rd. Anthony Rumble Johnson leading the pack with 5 random drug tests.
Wow.
So right now they're averaging 7.06 tests per day. And I want to say last week we're in the 5s.
Ramping up.
Fucking A, man.
Wow.
They are not playing games.
Dude, that's a lot of testing.
Yeah, and then they said they had some new HGH test,
That's scary.
which
they're
saying will detect HGH within 21 days of testing, or 21 days of you taking it. And I think before
like
they would have
24.
to test you within a couple of hours of you taking it, because it was that fast to go through your system. So some people are saying that test is bullshit and they can't really do it. I don't know yet.
But, you know,
They're just
they
kinda
don't have to be able to do it.
Floating it out there.
They just have to be doing testing and say they can do this testing.
Right. Because they haven't caught anybody. Because that Crow Cop was the only one who failed for HGH, but it was from self-admission, not from the test itself.
Yep.
So I still don't think, if I was using HGH, I'd keep using it. I think they're lying, and I don't think they can test. They're just putting it out there. Because why would you tell people? If you develop this new test and you really wanted to catch people, you wouldn't tell them. You would just test them.
Son of a bitch, he's on to us again! Damn it!
He is 3 for 3. Let's just shut it down.
You got USADA, UFC. Who was the other one? I don't.
CM Punk.
EA Sports.
I'm ratting all you bitches out today.
This guy must die. That's it. Guy with the beard.
Fuck him. Fuck that guy.
That is no. I mean, that makes total sense. When you sent it to me, I was like, "Whoa, that's scary." And then you had replied an hour or two later saying, "Oh, maybe it's bullshit." And then we were talking like, "Oh, it's probably just like we can do this." They can? Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck. They can do this? No. I think the more scary thing is that the fact they're keeping samples, and they had said for what, 7 years or something?
Again, and then that's another one.
Are they really doing that? What does your magic ball say, Matt?
Well, Lance Armstrong. I think they are.
Oh yeah. Well.
And if this guy is the guy that brought down all those people, that part I'll believe. But again, that's like a pettiness of trying to win at all cost on the drug tester side. If you missed them on initially, that's on you. Fuck off. You should have the test ready. I don't like this come back 2 years later shit and go after people and then taint their legacy. You had the opportunity first off. You missed it. Fuck you.
Yeah, I agree in that respect. Simply because, are they also testing number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the same respect? So like if for racing, if it's the top 5 guys and the top guy in 5 years later tests positive, did they test number 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, like on that same day?
And then how safe are those samples?
Yeah.
You know, in 7 years' time, or however many
Did
years,
they get more
3
concentrated,
years.
are you saying? Like, is
Well,
it
I'm
higher?
saying the opportunity for someone to be
True.
mixing stuff up seems great versus testing what you got at that time. Okay, I have this sample, I test it now, this happened or this didn't happen. I have another sample that I'm going to save for a couple months, which is even sketchy. But over
The
a
whole
year's
thing-
time frame, I don't like it.
Think about, like, I always think about, and when you start talking about it,
Yeah.
it makes me anxious. I'm going like, dude, imagine you're one of these guys and you're actually doing this because you know you have to,
Mhm.
because it's the only way you'll be competitive, and then constantly being like in fear of my legacy, my life, my reputation. It could be ruined any minute, right? I mean, how I don't know how you deal with that.
It's a career ender right now.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things you do is get the fuck out of the UFC and go over to Bellator.
Mhm.
Hence, as we transition, with 2 huge signings, or at least one huge one and one curious one,
Mhm.
from Bellator. Bellator signed Benson Henderson
Yes.
and Chris Leben.
Yep, that one was weird. So we was just on that documentary we
Yeah.
watched and talking about like being on tankers.
Right, right.
Wow. Okay. But
Awesome.
who knew that he wanted to come back? That guy's got a lot of personal issues. I don't know if he should be fighting.
Well, he retired, and I think that's how he was retired for 2 years, and now he's able to come back in another organization. Because I think if you had a contract with the UFC
Is
and
that
you're
the
out
max?
for 2
24
years,
months?
yeah, must abolish said contract. But speaking of Henderson, he was saying that sponsorships and the immediate title shot were a big part of his decision to go to Bellator. So Dana White takes a parting shot at him and says, Benson, he's a former world champion who's ranked number 15 now. We're looking for top 5 guys that are going from 15 to 1, not the other way around. Well, your rankings are fucking bullshit.
15,
And
no way.
he was ranked in 2 weight classes, and he's a former fucking champion. It's just like throwing shit at the guy on the way out. Unnecessary, you know?
Shots. Yep.
But does this serve as a wake-up call to the UFC? Because
No.
you're going to see more guys leaving. And I think Benson said it. As soon as he left and the announcement was made, his phone was just blowing up from all the UFC guys going, what happened? What'd you get? And blah, blah, blah. Because obviously everybody in the UFC is unhappy with this
Sure.
Reebok shit.
Oh, yeah.
And what were you saying? What was your point about?
Oh,
Did you have something
yeah.
that ties
okay.
in
So
all
there was a
this?
study done. Thank you. That by the University of Arkansas, and they had kind of studied sports leagues in general.
Yeah.
And their big thing was they're trying to see what's more important when it comes to MMA. Is it the UFC brand or the actual fighters? And they've determined that the brand overall, especially in the last few years, has taken a huge market share, basically, from what used to be perhaps, the fighter had more interest. So it's like people know the brand, but they don't know the fighter. And that makes sense because you had said, like you were saying about Reebok, it's kind of, they brought them on to make it all vanilla. It's all simple, it's all the same. You got the sponsors and everyone has the same message and all these rules. And they don't really talk about like the fighters and the backstories as much. I mean, I think they used to do it, but I don't think they do a good job of like telling you what the people are about because they don't want you to get to know them so well that you're like, yeah, that's my guy. And if you go somewhere else, like you'll follow him. They don't want that. Nope.
No, and especially with the Reebok, right? So what are your options as a fighter to wear? I wear black and white shorts, white and black shorts, or if I'm the champ, I get black with gold shorts.
Mm-hmm.
There's no sponsor banners, no nothing.
Nope.
The only way that you look unique is your tattoos, your hairstyle, your facial hair, whatever.
You still can't tattoo a sponsor on yourself, right?
No, no. But what are they gonna do? What if you have a fucking sponsor? You have a fucking tap out tattoo.
Awesome.
You know?
Yes.
I'm just saying.
$1 million for that.
Right? What was the one? There was always some casino way back at Horseshoe. No, fucking
Red Rock?
some casino used to always put it on like boxers' backs, like those
Yeah.
temporary tattoos. I can't remember which one, but I think it's just a whitewash, right? Brand over everything else, and then that's what all this drug testing is. Reebok just whitewashing all the fighters away. And how's that going to look? Here,
Dana White removed himself in a way from the whole.
well, I think the lawsuit is what helped
the big
move
one?
him away.
Okay.
But how about, okay, so BJ Penn's rumored to be coming back, and I think it's at UFC 196. Rumor opponent might be Dennis Siver here. How's that going to look when BJ Penn fights not in his shorts with the black belt that he's got?
Doesn't look great. No.
He's going to have the fucking Reebok on?
It's craziness. They got to have that.
But guess what? In the EA UFC video game, he gets to wear those shorts.
Yes.
But they'll probably change it as soon as he puts those on because he's worn them once, and now he loses that iconic shorts.
You can't,
like
man.
Chuck Liddell or Tito with his flames, whatever. The Shogun with the bad boy, even Gustafsson with the bad boy. It's very disheartening. I don't like it.
That's the story, man. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just, that makes sense now where, like, why do they stick with the Reebok? It's brand.
Yep.
They want their brand over the fighter.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see that changing. It's only going to get worse.
Well, I mean, at what point, as you lose more and more fighters, do you say enough's enough? I mean, if you lose Benson, Henderson, you have the potential to lose Overeem. Who else? Mitrione.
Yeah, didn't you
Sterling.
say that was supposedly a done deal already?
Well, he's got the rumor is he has an offer from Bellator right now. More than likely, he's going to take that.
Sure. Why wouldn't
And the way they're structuring these deals, I think the UFC is going to have a hard time matching it because all the other organization has to do is say, oh, you can have your own sponsors. UFC can't match that.
he? Yeah. No.
You can't match that. So they'll win every time. Every time. And I think Benson said he had his deal structured even a little more uniquely. It almost was alluding to the fact that he might be getting a salary instead of getting a paid for X amount to show, X amount to win.
Yeah.
Which would be awesome because with losing sponsorships on the UFC side, these guys are fucked. So that's their only source of income now is I show up to fight, I get paid. If I don't show up to fight, I don't get paid. And that'll, fuck it, I'm just going to transition into this other part where we're talking about fighting and not fighting. So Chris Weidman said he had a broken foot before the Luke Rockhold fight.
Wow.
And he was fighting at around 10%. Like, oh,
10%.
Right.
Exactly on the dot. He knows.
Great. Well, Luke Rockhold had staff, and he was fighting at 10%. So it seems like an even matchup to me. And now these twats are going to rematch at UFC 199. I have no interest in seeing this rematch. Immediate rematch!
Weidman's probably going to win.
It wouldn't surprise me. He'd set
No,
up
he
the
will. I
rubber
think
match.
I don't think he'll knock him out. I have a feeling.
It could be.
And then they'll have to do it one more time.
Oh, God. Well, sticking to the injuries, so, you know, he goes into that fight injured. Cain Velasquez pulls out of the fight with Fabricio Verdum with an injury. And then the next day, Fabricio pulls out with an injury. And then here's another one. Sage Northcutt had strep throat before his fight. And Dana White was saying in retrospect, I probably should have pulled him out of that fight, but I let him fight anyway. So the question,
like 3 times in 4 months or something, didn't he?
He's 19. He should have
too much.
Obviously pulled him. But do you think more fighters should be pulling out with injuries now? It's like, where's that line? Because it's tough. If you're a fighter now and you have no outside sponsorships, you're not getting a fucking salary. The only time a majority of these guys are going to get paid is if they actually fight. So where is that line? And it's so blurred right now.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's almost like counter to what's healthy for people. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I could argue you should pull out of the fights, but if you need that money, you have to fight.
Yeah, and there was a few books I read where there were stories, right, of MMA guys basically going in with known injuries, hiding them so that they could get their shit repaired, like, because it's in the fight, and you know, you got a knee thing. All right, I'm not gonna like really disclose this, and then oh man, my ACL blew, sucks. Oh, thanks, you're gonna cover that for me. Yeah, thank you, and I get my paycheck too. Awesome. So it sucks. It really nobody's looking out for this guy's safety. Like they go in there, they do all this weight cutting, they fight and this and that, and injury this and that, and all the promoter cares about is fight, man, fight.
Yeah.
Get in there.
No salary.
Nope.
Get some health care.
I like the salary idea. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Well, they have to make that change, right? Because if you've taken away the sponsorship, the sponsorship was that in between fight money where these guys were getting a monthly payment. They had something to count on. Now the only thing you can count on is a fight. And what if you get injured? What if your opponent gets injured? There's things that can happen.
Yeah.
And if you win, you double your money. Like, fuck, we gotta get to a different point here.
Yeah.
So
Be progressive, be different.
And maybe that's what Bellator is trying to do with Benson. He hasn't released what is happening with him, but that would be interesting because he would be like the first person in one of these two organizations to go down that route, or at least that we publicly would know about.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. It's interesting.
It is very interesting.
So with this BJ Penn stuff, I just kind of threw that out there. If he's rumored to fight Dennis Siver at UFC 196, do you like that matchup?
No, not really. I'm confused by that, but is it a 145 match?
I would hope not, but that's where
that's where Siver is now,
yeah.
right? And that's where BJ was. I don't know, dude. It's, I guess. I mean, I like his chances in that one.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that seems like if you want to talk skill for skill, probably a good first fight back. Mm-hmm. And I thought BJ had a real interesting quote talking about training at Jackson's and Winklejohn. And I don't know if you saw the picture of him after sparring. He had like two black eyes.
No, I didn't.
BJ.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He said, as soon as I got here, I'm not going to do my BJ. Greg Jackson gave me a bunch of private lessons, showing me all these different moves to add to your game. Winklejohn, same thing, giving me private lessons here and there, giving me some private work and attention. It's fun coming out, My mind is getting into it. Through the day, I'm trying to think, how am I getting hit so much here? Or how come this isn't working, It's constantly in my mind, so I like that. This is kind of like what we were talking about before, where when he had his own training camps and his own training partners, maybe they were letting the dim mock work.
Oh, yeah.
It's BJ Penn, oh my God. Yeah, he's trying to stand up straight style. It's totally working. And now he's getting a little taste of reality.
Sure.
So I think it's a fucking great thing for him,
Absolutely.
Right?
I love it. I mean, he had his best performance when he was with the Marinoviches, right? Guy was a world beater.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Diego Sanchez. Oh my God, he just railroaded that guy, split him open. And the only reason that guy didn't get knocked out sooner is because it's fucking Diego Sanchez. The guy's like,
you'd have to. He's like the Wolverine.
You'd kill him.
You'd have to shoot him, stab him, like rape him. I don't know.
He's not dead. Okay, silver bullets.
So you're saying he's the Deadpool of the UFC?
Oh yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's crazy. So it'd be interesting. I would love to see a BJ resurgence. Maybe now's the time too with the whole USADA thing. The time for a guy who's not, as we know, most likely not doing anything. He's been outspoken against drugs and all kinds of stuff. So, maybe that'd be interesting. Can you imagine him holding a belt? Shit. If he gets it at 145, does that mean he's held the most belts ever in different weight classes?
Yes.
Right? He had 2.
Yes.
No one's ever had 3. That'll be a first. Interesting. I like it. We'll have to see.
Interesting.
Yeah. Time will tell. I'm a big BJ fan. 196 though. That feels like it's like tomorrow.
Too soon. It's too soon.
I'm not quite ready for that.
Yeah.
So I have to build up to that.
Yeah, I feel like he needs a few more months of full-time training at Jackson Winklejohn to really give himself a good chance here.
Yeah, I agree.
Moving right along.
What else you got?
UFC 197 going to be headlined by John Jones, Daniel Cormier 2.
Nice.
And Mighty Mouse versus Henry Cejudo. I don't know if I say that right, but fuck it. In Las Vegas. Curious. Wasn't Henry the one who was saying, I'm never going to fight in Las Vegas again because of this Nick Diaz bullshit with the NSAC, and I don't trust him and that, and even if it was a title shot, I'll never fight there. What happened? What happened?
Didn't Nick Diaz get freed?
Well,
sort of.
But it was from fan backlash once again. I guess the fans are powerful.
We can be.
But that one's coming up. I forgot what the date was. Sometime late April.
Okay.
I say April 23rd-ish. But when I was looking through the pictures on the UFC website, it was interesting to see John Jones was wearing just red UFC shorts, not the Reebok shorts out there. So I wonder, and the only other person that I could find that had different colored shorts was Conor McGregor wearing the green on the UFC site. So I wonder if John's going to be wearing said special red shorts.
He was a unique guy, right? So you'd think that they would give him something, right?
Something, right? I fear for Daniel Cormier's life because he he may literally kill him, Ingo. Literally.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Could be a good fight.
Oh, he's going to brutalize that guy so bad. I don't even know if he's going to make it out of the first round. It could be like a Conor McGregor. No, he's going to prolong it. He's going to put a fucking beating on him. He won't finish it early. He's a showman.
That would be something. You know, if he doesn't skip a beat like a Dominic Cruz style, just gets right back into it, it would be something. It would certainly shake up the landscape. Then you got him, you got McGregor, you got a potential BJ Penn surging. You have the heavyweight division is still kind of a mess. You need that. Yeah. So got to find that guy. So it could be good things in 2016 for the UFC.
Yeah. And how about McGregor at the MMA awards show? In his acceptance speech, calling Fabricio Verdum a pussy.
Yes.
I stubbed my toe, a pussy pulls out, fuck that guy.
He's crazy.
Like, really? You just fuck the world, huh?
Yep.
Scorched ears.
It's a stick, man.
Yeah, but know your place. You're a fucking 145er moving up to 155 who's going to try to move up to 170. Then you're going to talk shit on the heavyweight champion who will squash you like a little fucking bug, little man. Little man.
Yes.
With a big fucking mouth.
He does have a big mouth.
He does. It's interesting, but what the fuck. You got anything else for news? I think I'm tapped out here as I'm scrolling through.
That's pretty much it. No, nothing interesting really. No. I would say one thing.
Yeah.
If you can, get on YouTube and watch that Looking for a Fight series. Dana White. That is some dude. I don't know why we can't get more TV like this. Dana White, Nick the Tooth, Matt Serra, running around the country and just being ridiculous and looking for fights, going to fights, drinking, eating,
doing crazy shit. Like they were surfing in Alaska or something last show, and I think this upcoming one, they're all gonna get tased.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Okay. And Nick the Tooth, surprisingly, dude, did you see him doing his surfing thing on the?
Yeah.
That's not easy. Like, oh my God, I didn't realize that guy had talent.
And then did you see Matt Serra just raping him on the mats?
Jiu-jitsu style. Like, how do you like this?
That was your world, this is mine, bitch.
Fucking shark.
I'm the shark.
Yes.
And then every show, Matt Serra's almost going to get into a fight with somebody. I love it. He's so TRT'd out of his mind.
Talking about, he's got the vein.
Yeah.
I got to watch out for your vein.
He's like, I'll fuck that guy up.
Yeah. It's great. I mean, it's good. It's good fun.
It's good TV.
And it's 25 minutes, right? So you kind of go, I'm in, I'm out, I'm happy. Next.
No commercials, no bullshit, no filler, none of this. Like when you watch a normal show and they recap, like what happened 30 seconds prior.
I hate that.
You just showed me what was happened. I know what just happened. Fuck you. Show me where we're at, not a replay. Yes. So it's really like a 10-minute show that we've just stretched out because you keep showing the same shit when we come back. Yep. Anyways, moving right along. Here we go. Ask the Nuts. Mm-hmm. Justin Dr. Bound Carter, he said, hey guys, I recently watched some of the last fight of the year candidates, and it kind of dawned on me what Brendan Schaub said. He really doesn't think about how great of a fight it was, but really questions what that did to the fighters physically for the health. And do you guys ever think about that when you see these fights of the year? So kind of like you've seen them just taking a lot of punishment. Yeah. Think about like Robbie Lawler, Roy McDonald, and how much brain damage those fuckers got.
Oh my God. Of course I think about it, but at the same time I'm like, it's exciting.
Fuck yeah.
Entertaining.
But kill that motherfucker, kill him.
It's a spectacle. It's in our DNA, man. Like back in the Roman days, that's what they're putting, this is what we do. So, it's both happy and sad at the same time, but you would imagine every time that happens, like you're just shaving.
Oh yeah.
Just keep shaving.
But do you want to live to 100? Come on.
Maybe.
Shave off 5.
It's possible. Our generation could live past 100 easily. I think with modern medicine nowadays.
I don't know if I want. I'm like 42 and shit hurts already on a daily basis.
Even with the TRT?
Yeah, that doesn't help pain.
You need some HGH and like some other shit.
I need stem cells.
There you
go. Rectally.
Rectal stem cells.
Yes. Everything that I intake goes in my ass one way or another.
BBC.
Willingly or unwillingly.
Gigantic 18-inch cock.
That's fine.
Rectal delivery.
Like Pulp Fiction stuff.
Jesus. Okay. Nice.
So do I think about it more as I've gotten older, but do I really care at the end of the day? No, because the fighters are just meat and I want to see them bleed for my entertainment.
You're the Just Bleed guy.
I am, goddammit. Just bleed! It's all good. Yes. Follow-up question from Justin. What do you think should be the system for getting title shots? Because it's turned into a circus lately.
If you're better and then you're the best of the better and then there's a champ, then you get to fight the champ. That should be the system.
I'm in.
It's pretty simple.
Or if you can run your mouth. Whoever can run their mouth the best or the fastest gets the title shot. But that's the current state of affairs.
You have to be the baddest or bark the baddest?
Well, yeah, bark the loudest.
The loudest, that's it.
That's it.
Yes.
Okay. Brandon Mason, do you think Wonderboy deserves a title shot at Lawler over Woodley? And do you think Thompson would finish Lawler if and when they fight?
No. Dude, Robbie, I don't know. I got to see more. I got to see one more. I think dude, Robbie's like deceptively tough, and he's a very good striker and got a lot of power. I mean, I don't know. Is he going to let him do that fancy-ass shit? I don't think so. He's just going to get in his grill and just be
no, because he'll keep it in boxing range,
yeah.
and then it's a different fight.
Yep.
Hendricks was keeping it in kicking range, and I think that was more on Thompson. You would push kick him out or create the distance to keep it in kicking range.
Yeah.
And as far as like who else should Lawler fight, I think Woodley is probably going to get the next title shot. And then Maya should be next because Maya keeps getting fucked. And, he's got a fight against Matt Brown coming up. So you have, I think, Maya's number 5, Matt Brown's number 6. Those two are going to throw down. If Maya can come out of that victorious, I think he should get a title shot because I'd like to see how does Lawler handle Maya. I'm like, ooh, I can see that going
it's tough
both ways, but fuck, man.
Yeah. That is a long road to the belt for that guy if he ever gets it.
Maya?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Long road to the belt.
Fuck, man.
I mean,
he had a shot at
retires if he gets that.
He had a shot at 85, but
yeah.
Fuck, how long ago was that against Anderson?
4 years.
Then that was right when he had that crazy performance, and he wouldn't talk about that when we asked him. I was trying to get him to.
That was Abu Dhabi. Was that the one? Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
He was talking. And rumor was that he was talking all sorts of shit in Portuguese, very nasty. Anderson was to Damian, and fucking real awkward fight. And I think that's why I was calling for Anderson Silva to be fired from the UFC
yes.
for that blasphemous fight.
I remember.
Fuck that guy.
Angry.
Fire him. I don't care if he's one of the best ever.
4 or 5
Fire
years
him.
ago. Yes.
Anyways. Jeff Ellsbury asked, do you think other athletic commissions will adopt the California State Athletic Commission's new rules on weight cutting? And if so, what percentage of fighters do you think will have to move up a weight class?
80%.
Oh, yeah. That might be higher. I mean, with exception to the heavyweight division.
Yeah, well, maybe then 70 because you got to.
Well, the heavyweight's so thin. You might have 30 guys in it.
Okay.
But so, 500 and whatever other people. And including the women's divisions. I mean, those you only have 2, so they're kind of fucked. You're either 115 or 135. That is a huge difference for them. Make them 145 for the ladies. Make a 160.
Yes.
I'm thick.
160 ladies.
That's all right.
Hunks of meat.
5'1".
Throwing it down.
Yeah. Is our other athletic commissions gonna step up?
I think everyone's got their eye on everybody at this point. They're trying. I'm sure whoever's trend setting and able to be successful and shows a track record of that kind of safety and whatever else. I'm sure they'll all start to kind of steal from each other, and they should. I don't know if Nevada will be in the mix.
They seem
there.
like so fucking stuck in the Stone Age.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see anything out of Nevada. And again, why are they number 1? Why does everyone defer to them to be the pinnacle? There's 49 states that have some sort of athletic commission towards MMA. Not New York.
No. Probably because of all the gambling. And they were the first, prize fighting, kind of capital.
And that UFC is, home-based, probably.
Yeah.
Devin McManus, do you guys think the UFC will adopt any of the new weight-cutting systems?
They're going to keep their nose out of it, is my opinion. Why would they mess around?
Well, if someone dies, they're going to have to step up.
Oh, well, yeah. You think
that's what
a
ONE
possibility?
FC had to do, right?
Yeah,
someone died there, and they stepped up and did something about it. And unfortunately, I think that's the only time the UFC would do anything. If someone died, then they're going to have to do something drastic. But I think it's going to take a death from someone cutting weight. And I hate to say
Bring
that,
back
but
Frank Mir!
it's the
He'll take care
truth.
of business.
Was he? Oh, so he's gonna kill Brock Lesnar
The
again?
first octagon-related death in history.
I'm in for that.
He got fired from his job for saying
did.
that.
He kind of got back though. I thought he was doing some kind of something or other. It's all good. Eighth Wall on Twitter asks, which is the best nickname for the new leaner Johny Hendricks? Do you like TwiggRigg, NoPiggRigg, LittleBiggRigg, or SlimmRigg, or other?
I like TwiggRigg. That's fucking funny.
I got one for you.
What?
I'm going with HivRigg.
HivRigg. I fought GSP and the GSP won.
Yeah, he did.
Rig.
And then Rodrigo Machado is going to close it out. He says, Ingo, I would like to apologize for my last week's comment.
Fuck you! Thanks for watching, though, because he's like paying attention to this out.
He says, it comes to my realization that you are not vanilla, and Matt is the one of you guys.
Oh, Jesus.
Wait, that is crazy. He is the one that is constantly bashing CM Punk for no reason, and the fact that Punk's wife is hotter than Matt's wife and Cyborg combined. Ingo, you are cool. # Ingorules. # Heelish.
Respect. Finally, you've come to the dark side.
Are you blaspheming me, my wife, and the Cyborg?
He's going to go back and forth every week and just keep wait, that was wrong. Let me.
Hey, well played, sir. I see where you're going.
And I appreciate really that you're still watching at this point in time because, you know, this is a long format show. And
yeah, it is. Well, it's long, short, but
yeah.
I mean, we could make it longer, but we try to be concise. Yes. Get the points across.
The more important question is, are you watching this with your cock up?
That's how it should be always.
Only time.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. We'll move right along.
Yeah.
Knowledge.
The knowledge. Let's see.
I have something.
Do you? Please.
There's this new video game. It's a ball kicking simulator. Have you seen this?
Mm-mm. Like.
Oh, Jesus. Hang on.
I see 10 out of 10. Gorgeous.
Blowing it right now.
Hit the enemy. Oh, literally balls.
That guy's.
Oh no! Is this like a you play on the internet kind of thing?
I think it's a Steam game, yeah.
You just
kick each other in the balls until someone wins.
The meter goes up. This is like what? The balls meter?
Yeah.
You shit yourself and you're done?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's multiplayer?
Maybe.
That's awesome.
It just looks like you're kicking the guy in the dick. Kick it.
I love that the black guy's got the huge dick.
Of course.
I
just kicked his dick right off.
Why is the white guy's dick black? I don't understand.
It's that like little Ronda Rousey bar that they put over.
Okay, nice. That's funny.
So anyway.
I feel like, you know, you mentioned this earlier about writing things down. I feel like we're regressing slowly towards like older ways because people are like too sick of like the like redlined, just modern shit. You know, writing stuff down. This is like a 3-bit game. I don't even know how many fucking. It's got 4 colors.
It's like fucking so basic.
It's awesome.
Out of anything.
I feel people appreciate that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I like writing down shit all the time. I mean, I have a Post-it note problem because if you looked at my desk, it is like I was telling you, it's littered with Post-its, and then I have a separate stack of Post-its. It's like for rainy day Post-its. Make a pile of random thoughts and shit to do, but
yeah, analog's good, man.
I don't know.
I recommend it to you if you can. It's helped me in the last few weeks. Slowly, I've started to remove digital at near the end of the day, and it's kind of helped me to kind of sleep better. I feel more calm. I think the anxiety level has gone down. So, I feel like that is part of it, like the technology and the constant. Like literally, you think earlier we were talking about taxes, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking. And I'm spend 20 minutes. You can go forever.
Yeah.
You know, you couldn't do that back in the old days.
Well, except for porn. If I had porn, I got.
You want to go deep?
Yeah.
Like balls deep in some weird shit.
Well, I don't need to make up my own shit in my head. I can just pull up something on a computer. It just comes.
The internet's scary.
It
I
just
worry about my kid. Well, my son especially, because literally you could get on you can start totally vanilla, and then all of a sudden, like things go in one direction, and then like you end up somewhere, and then when you're like, oh. All right, I'm gonna close this now because like I'm not sure how I ended up in this section, but
back at the butt sharpies again.
We're gonna go ahead and butt sharpies. Yeah.
And didn't you just fucking asshole? We're at his wife's birthday party.
You weren't even laughing.
Because I didn't want to have to explain it to everybody. He holds up what was it, the king size Sharpie? He's like, hey, look at king size Sharpie. I'm like, no.
I didn't even know we had these.
Maybe I deposited one.
Talk to my wife about that.
Maybe I deposited one.
Maybe she has a, what is it? What are they doing this shit on? Craigslist? Reddit?
Yeah, Reddit.
Yeah.
Butt Sharpies.
Hey. Anyways. Peace?
3.
3?
Never go more than 3.
3? Like never go full retard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can.
You could.
I'll support it.
Okay.
All right, let's shut it down. I'm good.
That has been this week's edition of MMA Nuts. My name is Ingo.
Matt Griffith. Thanks for playing.
Namaste. Drink your beers.